good afternoon from Epcot. We are here for two reasons. Number one, it is getting very close to the end of Flower and Garden Festival, which ends on July 5th. And there's a lot of construction happening here. So we're gonna go around, try some more food from Flower and Garden Festival, some stuff that we haven't tried before, maybe some favorites that we've had, and we're gonna have a look at all the construction, maybe ride a few rides, or at least one ride while we're here too. So let's head inside and hang out. Let's go to Epcot together. All right, we've made it to Spaceship Earth. Today is June 30th, and the holiday, July 4th, a big travel week, is just starting. Like I can see, today's Friday. I can see people pulling in today, staying through the weekend, and then staying through July 4th. So let's have a look and see what the wait times are like today. Ooh, Spaceship Earth, a solid 35 minutes. There's a lot of people here. So we're gonna be walking to the right of Spaceship Earth, kind of heading towards the Journey of Water featuring Moana. See if we can see anything over top of the fences, and then make our way around Communicore and all of the other new construction that's happening. So this area of the park that we're in is called World Celebration. This is my first time seeing this side of the sign, and this sign is interesting because it points to the right to go to the seas and the land. That makes sense, there is a pathway over here. But it says it points to the left to go to Connections Cafe and Eatery Creation Shop and World Discovery. But that pathway is currently not open. Now you could go through Project Tomorrow and end up on the other side of this building and be there, but it's not clear with this sign. But it will be once these construction walls come down. So I'm wondering if hopefully that means that these construction walls will be coming down soon. You can see there are plants back there. It's fully planted all through here. So we did make a right. We are heading towards the seas and stuff like that. And this right here is the vegetative wall, the plant wall berm that is blocking off our view of the Journey of Water featuring Moana is back here. We made it to just across from the Coral Reef restaurant. Looking in, you can start to see some of the elements of Journey of Water taking shape, like this Heart of Te Fiti right here. One thing that I'm interested to find out is this area right here. So right now Nemo is right behind me. We haven't gone very far. It's like the entrance to the Seas with Nemo and Friends is right there. And then this right now is currently stroller parking, but there is a curb here. So this fencing here is probably going to be temporary, and we can start to see some of the Journey of Water in there. Are they going to replace, or are they going to plant something here to make it so that people aren't tempted to walk through there? Or is it already walled off, or are they going to take this curb out? I can't really see anything through the fencing. I think, actually, yeah, I can kind of see a railing in there, or is that the fencing? That might be just the fencing. Oh, there's like a huge, okay, I think there's going to be water there. So that kind of explains it. Like a river almost. So as we continue our way around the Journey of Water over here, heading towards World Showcase, straight that way. This is the new Communicore building. We can really see it through the, I don't know if you guys can see it on the video, but through the fencing I can see that this railing will have water on the back side of it, and it'll be very similar to this one that is directly next to me here that has water on the other side of it. So it's going to be a lot of water over here. It'll be the Journey of Water. Continuing our walk past the Journey of Water, and as I was saying earlier, this building is called Communicore Hall. This will be like a multi-purpose building, which should be nice. Hopefully during festival season, we'll get some booths inside of there and get some air conditioning so that we can eat our food in the air conditioning and not have to worry about, it's 107 degrees feels like temperature out today. So it's hot, yeah. This one definitely does not look near as complete as the Journey of Water does. So now we are continuing our way out to World Showcase Lagoon, kind of stopping here and there to have a look at a few things. But one thing I did want to mention is that these bathrooms over here have reopened. They have moved the construction walls back from out here, and now we can use these bathrooms. But I'm gonna go use them. My first time using them since they've reopened. It's exciting. Can't wait to see what they look like. Before I go inside though, I don't know if you guys can tell here, these colors, kind of reminiscent of the land. It's almost like a transition area between the land pavilion and what will be Communicore Hall. So I like that they did that, because the land has colors and patterns similar to this, but not quite. It's kind of like taking the old at the land and kind of modernizing it and then heading out into the rest of the park. I don't remember what these bathrooms looked like before. There's nobody in here anymore. But I don't remember them being green or this big. They're very large. Monorail. And from here, we're heading into World Showcase. Have a look at some interesting construction that is happening out in World Showcase Lagoon. So coming off these bathrooms, looking here at the back end of Communicore Hall, we've got some really interesting lighting, I guess this is over here. Maybe these are supports that also have lighting in them. I don't know. Never seen anything like this before. This is an area called Dreamer's Point. What do you guys think? Have you ever seen anything like that? Like any sort of lights like that? I'm gonna try to get it from a different angle so it's not as backlit as it is right now. These are interesting. You can kind of see they're textured a little bit over here. I don't know what they are. There's 6 of them, but I'm assuming they're lights, but they're kind of feel like they're at an angle. Like, why are they heading in this direction? Also, super heavy smell of some sort of chemical over here, some sort of paint or tar or something, roofing maybe. But yeah, I'm interested to find out what these are. Maybe they will be the supports for a roof. A little bit better look at the detail on these things and how it corresponds with the detail of Spaceship Earth. All right, so now we've made it around to the backside of Communicore Hall. You can see Spaceship Earth straight there ahead of us. Passing by Mickey and Minnie and Pluto topiaries, passing by the Disney 100, and heading into World Showcase. We came straight past the Goofy topiary, and we're going to get as close to World Showcase Lagoon as we can up here on this little raised area here that is sometimes used as a stage. The whole reason I'm coming over here is to have a look at all this stuff out here. So this is all new since the last time that we were here. So they're driving very large pilings down into World Showcase Lagoon for whatever will be coming after Epcot Forever. So we closed Harmonious, got rid of all of the barges. All the barges are gone now. Clear shot across World Showcase Lagoon except for these new pilings here. And we're assuming that this is for the upcoming unannounced replacement of Epcot Forever and the replacement of Harmonious. But like I said, we don't have any sort of announcement as to what that'll be. Kind of got a little bit of a concept art, and it showed some fountains. So I'm wondering if this will be the basis for a platform for like Bellagio style fountains, kind of World of Color-esque. Then we've got these buoys around here. I think these buoys are for Epcot Forever for the barges. Look at this guy. Can you see him? There he is. He's eating a little fish. Oh, and he's gone. Oh, there he is again. Yeah. So, like I said, we don't know what this is going to be, but it looks like it's going to be big. That's for sure. I just know that people will be very upset if it's as large or larger than the portal, the large circular ring that was in the middle of the World Showcase for Harmonious. Oh, look at them. They're driving it down right now. Oh no, that must be their like anchor point. I don't know. It was like a post on the back of this boat that went up and then just went back down right now. All right, back up here at World Showcase, and now we're gonna be making our way around, having a look at some food. We're gonna make our way left first. There goes Pluto making his way to his meet and greet. First stop, Jardín de Fiestas. We're gonna be getting this Taco Vampiro. Very delicious, and I can't wait to eat it again. I'll miss it when it's gone. So here it is, the Taco Vampiro. It is gluten friendly, barbacoa beef, and a corn tortilla with crispy grilled Monterey Jack cheese on the outside, salsa ranchera, and esquites. Ooh, this was $8.75. I will miss this for sure. This is so delicious. Let's give it a try. Just imagine a taco made entirely out of Monterey Jack cheese that has been griddled. It is perfect. It's like the best thing you can get here. So good. It's a little bit chewy, so it's hard to get through with the plastic silverware, but oh, it's so delicious. I'm glad I got to get one more time before the season ends. This is, in my opinion, the perfect Flower and Garden Festival meal. I love it. All right, now we are making our way counterclockwise around World Showcase, passing by the Mexico Pavilion. With Norway at our back right now, getting a look at some of this piling work that's happening out there and some of the extra stuff. Maybe this will be a staging area over here on this little island. They've got a few floating barges right there. You can see they're pushing through a barge right now, heading backstage. I should probably get across that bridge before this thing makes it over here. Just making our way through Norway and Canada as we check in on some more booths. As we get past China, there is a booth here, but this wasn't a Flower and Garden booth. This will be a food and wine booth. And food and wine starts on July 27th, so there is a little bit of time ahead of this. I guess they're just getting a jump start on it. As we make our way through the African outpost, we're starting to see some construction going on here, at least some mural painting happening right here on these doors. Epcot welcomes Wise 2, art in progress. Please allow artists to work without interruption. Wow. This is the Amani Village Traders location. Interesting. Oh, neat. We can start to see it's taking shape here. And then as we make our way even further through the African outpost, we can see there is another booth here that is all set up for Food and Wine Festival. This is the African booth. As we can see here on the map, over near the outpost, there are 2 food locations, but one is the actual African outpost food location with a pineapple skewer, and then number 8 is over here in Germany, right there, the Bauern Market. So the Bauern Market over here is right next to another booth that will be here for Food and Wine, and I believe that either one of these 2 will be for the Belgian waffles. And I'm thinking I'm gonna stop here for another food item. We're gonna be getting this toasted pretzel bread. This toasted pretzel bread is topped with Black Forest ham and melted Gruyere cheese. $5.75. Warm cheese strudel. Oh, that sounds delicious too. I think I'm gonna stick with just this toasted pretzel bread though. Once again, this is the toasted pretzel bread topped with Black Forest ham and melted Gruyere cheese. You guys know I love a good cheese. Ooh, look at the inside of this. Look at all that melty cheese and warm ham, crispy pretzel bread. Oh, I love it. The creaminess of the cheese, the saltiness of the ham, saltiness of the pretzel, the pretzeliness, the malt in the pretzel. So delicious. 2 for 2 Epcot. Keep serving it. So delicious. Man. That cheese is so creamy, it's like you're dipping your pretzel in cheese, but it's just on it. As we were passing through Germany, there were a couple of cast members handing out free samples of the caramel popcorn that they serve here in the Caramel Cucci. And as we continue our way through Germany, we're headed over to the Italy area. And I don't think I've had anything from the Italy Pavilion this year during Flower and Garden Festival. So I think we might try some stuff. Oh, I take that back. We did try this chocolate hazelnut pudding with cookie crumble, and I remember it being fairly good. Ooh, none of this stuff really sounds appealing to me. So maybe we will skip the Italy Pavilion. We'll head over to America. As we're passing by the Italy Pavilion, I heard somebody say that they were looking for the Gelateria Toscana. I did want to mention that it is not actually in the Italy Pavilion. It's over here just to the right of it, right there. And of course, here at Gelateria Toscana, you can get all kinds of interesting gelato flavors. And we've had videos where we've eaten these, and we'll put a link to one of those down below the like button so you guys can have a look and see what we thought of the gelato here. So as we get over here to the America Pavilion, just to the left of Regal Eagle Smokehouse is this very large walkway. If you ever come to Epcot, be sure to keep an eye on this walkway, because this is where characters will come out and do little sets, little spontaneous sets, and the characters are always so random, you never know who's going to be here, but always be on the lookout for them. You never know. For example, I've seen pictures of Miko and Pluto. I've seen Mickey and Minnie, Chip and Dale, all of the large characters, some of the smaller characters. Max was here one time. Just you never know who you're gonna get. So always, always, always be on the lookout. And then for the 4th of July, we're gonna have all of the Fab 5 characters in their patriotic outfits. I don't know if it'll be here. It was supposed to be at the American Adventure. So be on the lookout for those if you're here on the 4th of July. So like I said, we are just trying to get some of our favorite stuff before the festival ends. So we're gonna be making our way past America, because some of the stuff here has not been it didn't stand out to me. Like this muffaletta panini, I had high hopes for, but it wasn't a huge standout for me. Spicy chicken gumbo, not in the mood for something spicy because it is 107 degrees outside right now. And I'm still working on savory stuff, not sweet stuff yet. So we'll continue on to Japan. Made it over to Japan. I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't have Frushi at least once this year. So let's give it a try. So this is the Frushi. It was $7.50. Strawberry, pineapple, and lychee wrapped in sweet rice and pink soy wrap, served with whipped cream drizzled in berry sauce and toasted coconut. This is a staple at Flower and Garden Festival. All right, let's give this a try. It's good, very fresh. The rice is not too overly rice flavored. The fruit's really nice and cool, and that's nice on a hot day like this. Great little dessert item for a 107-degree day. Also, it should be mentioned that this Shishiodoshi gardens are really going, making noises, jingling bells, playing drums, everything is in full force now. I do have to say, I believe that these gardens are working. Oh, they're not. They're not. I guess it's to scare deer, but it says originally crafted to ward off any hungry creatures tempted to graze in the enticing garden That squirrel was not frightened by your noises, garden. As we head through Morocco, I can hardly see the lift here, the boom lift. I don't know what they're doing with it, but they have it disguised very well. Just passing Tangerine Cafe, I had the hummus trio, and it was good, but not something that was my favorites. I think I'm leaning towards doing just my favorites this trip. And as it turns out, that frushi was one of my favorite things that I've had at this festival. Surprisingly. Sometimes I feel like I let people's opinions sway me one way or the other, and people really love the frushi, and I thought that maybe I wouldn't like it just based on it, but I did. I really liked it. So I think I'll be getting it from here on out. As we get between Morocco and France, we got the Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog topiaries, but directly behind them, they're already prepping for the Food and Wine Festival booth. Oh, I gotta see what they have over here at this booth. I know I just said that this was gonna be my favorites, but I didn't remember that I had not tried this braised oxtail yet, and this is new this year. So, this will be my favorites and one new thing. So they like to keep it simple with the description of this one. This is braised oxtail with pigeon pea rice for $7.75. That's interesting. Has more of like a fatty texture to it, a fatty flavor to it. So it's a little bit more flavorful than just regular beef. A little tiny hint of spice in there. Yeah, I like this. It's got a lot of like flavor. I don't know how to, the only way that I can describe that is umami. When your mouth kind of like takes it in and then you get like this burst of saliva almost in the center of your mouth coming out. There's just like a lot of flavor in there. This is very delicious. So adding this, I just got sweat in my eyes. Very hot out today again. Adding this to my favorites list. This is delicious. I feel like I'm on a roll here at Epcot today. Of course I did pick a lot of my favorite things, but this is an item that is completely new to me, and it is delicious. I absolutely 100% need to figure out what that pepper was in that oxtail, because the flavor of it was so good. And it mixing in with the fattiness of the oxtail, I don't know, it's just like my mouth is spicy right now, but I like it being spicy. Like I like the flavor of it and I like the feeling of it. I'm just kind of sitting in there, like ruminating, and the flavor staying with me. It's very delicious. Passing through France, because nothing on this menu kind of stands out to me as being super memorable. So, we're gonna keep moving in New England. I've never noticed these little ferry houses over here in England. Look at these. How does Tinkerbell fit into her house? She's giant. I really like this one. It's very cool. Looks like a roller skate or something. As we head through the UK pavilion, these restrooms are closed. Behind construction walls, it says restrooms unavailable. Please visit World Showplace. Oh, the best bathrooms in all of Epcot. Another Food and Wine Festival booth here. Nothing's open yet. July 27th. If you guys don't know where World Showplace is, let me show you. So here's the UK pavilion. Those bathrooms that were closed right there. This is World Showplace back down here. There's the Joffrey's stand and the Canada stage. Right now they're also doing something called Dance World back here. Dance World events, but I'm just looking for the bathrooms. So this is interesting. They're hosting a private event in here, but the bathrooms are open for day guests. How are they preventing people from going into the event through the bathrooms? It's a dance event. I'm not going to go into it. But I'm just curious. Ooh, they're like turning us around. This is an exciting little adventure. So we're not going to the World Showplace bathrooms. The World Showplace bathrooms are in there. But there's like another set of bathrooms back here that I didn't even know were here. Look at this. Wow. Oh, these are the World Showplace bathrooms. They're fantastic. Look at them. Coldest bathrooms in the world, and there are so many bathrooms in here. So many. Urinals, toilet stalls. There's just a thousand of them. And it does enter back into the actual main tent of World Showplace, but they're assuming everybody's going to go back out the door they came in. I had no idea the bathrooms were a separate permanent building, but you can see back through here, there's the tent. And it literally is just a tent, but it's a permanent tent. It's just here all the time. As we make our way out of the World Showplace bathrooms and closer to Canada, gonna have a look back at these pilings out here. They look interesting now that there's no barges or anything around them. The workers are not there anymore. And then as we get to the Canada Pavilion, we can see a lot of work happening here to all of the facades. It's all behind walls. So I'm thinking that Canada Far and Wide is not open currently. And I don't think it was, because is there a flower and garden booth down here? Let me look. I recently heard of Canadian geese being referred to as cobra chickens, and I like that. Oh yeah, look at this Le Cellier completely covered up. But the entrance to Canada Far and Wide is just the handicap entrance right here. And there's Le Cellier. You got to go through this dark tunnel to get to the cellar. Kind of adds to the ambiance, doesn't it? So, Canada Far and Wide is playing. You just have to kind of go in the back way near the exit. And KidCot is still available. So a little bit of wayfinding. We were up there looking at how I said the facade was behind construction walls and there's all this scaffolding on it. And now we are down in the lower area. Le Cellier right here, Canada Far and Wide straight. As we pass by Northern Bloom, we are nearing the end of our trip around World Showcase, and there's just a few booths, Honey Bistro and stuff like that, that we still need to kind of stop by and have a look at to see if there's anything that we want from them. Okay, I do remember this Impossible Lumpia being good, so let's give that a try from Trowel and Trellis. So this is the Impossible Lumpia with Thai sweet chili sauce for $5.50. This is also on the Garden Graze, and it is plant-based. All right, let's give this a little try here. Okay, maybe I was wrong. It was good, but this isn't one of my favorite things. I might have just remembered it, you know? That's okay. Can't win them all. We'll try something else in just a minute. I think I'm gonna call it a day on food, but I don't want to end the day on that lumpia. So I'm gonna go into Odyssey, have a look at what was there, and then go over to Brunchcot, see what was over there in that area. If not, we might end up getting a donut or something somewhere. We'll figure it out. The world is our palm tree still. Here we are at the Odyssey, into the citrus blossom. I feel like this lemon meringue pie is calling my name. Let's give it a try. I remember that citrus baked brie being very good, but I'm in the mood for something a little bit sweeter. Ooh, that lemon meringue tart was delicious. I loved it. The marshmallowy toastiness on top was so good. And then the tartness of the lemon and the meringue was awesome. I loved it. And the candied little pieces of lemon on top. Really good. It really also just spent the time kind of relaxing in there, cooling off from the heat of the day. And the Odyssey is definitely a fantastic place to catch some air conditioning. There's chairs, there's tables, there's air conditioning. It really makes a nice place to relax. Plus, you can get some food. All right, 1 or 2 more stops, and then we're calling it a day. First place, Creation Shop. Just having a look at this Muppet shirt that everybody's been posting about online. It's interesting because it's kind of vintagey looking. It's also green. I didn't expect it to be green. I kind of like it. You think they have my size? Because I think I still get a discount right now. Well, bad news, they don't have very many sizes. They've got extra smalls, smalls, and 3X. These shirts are $29.99, but if you buy 2 of them, they're $25 a piece. Some pretty good stuff in here. I like this Mickey Mouse shirt. I really like this shirt. Oh dear, it's stuck. It says, "Oh Happy Day." The original Fab 4, the Dapper Dans. And everything is better at Walt Disney World. We talked about this before, how these Starbucks tumblers are on sale from the 50th. And I believe that's because they just came out with these Disney 100 ones. These are great. Uh-oh. So these are $40. And they are the Starbucks tumblers. These are great. Now with Creations at my back, I'm heading straight across the way to Connections Cafe. So I can get a liege waffle. Look at this. Inspired by international flavors of pastry chefs, our pastry chef has created unique Baumkuchen recipes for Epcot's world travelers to enjoy. Look at this chocolate log here. There are only a handful of Baumkuchen rotisserie ovens in the United States, including the one here at Connections Cafe. Wow. So it makes these round looking donut type things. It says Japanese sensation, Baumkuchen tree cake, Epcot innovation, and Baumkuchen Germany, German creation. Wow, okay. And then also they have the liege waffle. Can I get one of these tree cake things? Look at these things. The main ingredients of the tree cake are butter, eggs, vanilla, sugar, and flour. How do I get one? So traditionally, Baumkuchen is made on a spit by brushing even layers of batter, then rotating the spit around a heat source. Each layer is allowed to brown before a new layer of batter is poured. When the cake is removed and sliced, each layer is divided from the next by a golden line, resembling the growth rings on a crosscut tree. So, in German, Baumkuchen literally means tree cake or log cake. All right, so it is a little bit loud in here, but I'm gonna try this cake. I got chocolate coated. They do offer it without the chocolate on it. Oh my gosh, the chocolate's very hard and like crunchy. Wow, okay. So you can see the different cross-cut rings in there from how they layered on the batter as it was spinning. It would have been spinning this way, and there's layering on the batter, and it cooks as they layer it on. Let's give it a try. It looks very interesting. That's interesting because it's almost like a cross between a cake and a cookie. It's a little bit drier than a cake would normally be. The chocolate definitely helps. I wouldn't get this without the chocolate on it because the chocolate adds a little bit of creaminess and moistness to it. Because the way that it's cooked, you're pulling all the moisture out of that cake as it cooks. Even though you're adding new layers on, it browns up in such a thin layer that there's no moisture left in it. I don't know, it does taste really good, but it is a mix between a cake and a cookie because it's a little bit drier. Not as sweet, but with the chocolate on it, it is sweet. It's really interesting to try. Like, I'm glad that I got it, and I'll probably get it again just because it's so interesting to be eating. I know that's strange, but like, there are only 5 other places to get this in America, so this is one of them, and I'm glad we have it. So unique because you're getting more of the browned exterior flavor. So like, you know how the inside of a cake tastes different than the outside of a cake? You're getting more of that brown flavor in this cake. Huh. And this is what I love. I love being able to come somewhere and try something that I normally wouldn't be able to try anywhere else, except for right here at Epcot. This is great. I'm like really blown away by the fact that we have this. What did it say? It said there are only a handful of Baumkuchen rotisseries in the United States, including the one here at Connections Cafe. It's really neat that we have this here. Wow. Oh, and look, they even have a special cutter for it. So there you have it. That was what will likely be our last trip to Epcot, specifically for Flower and Garden Festival stuff, and a little bit of a construction update in there too. There's some interesting stuff happening with the construction. Those pylons out in the middle of World Showcase Lagoon, I'm very interested to see what that's gonna be. Also the weird lighting back behind Dreamer's Point. I don't really understand what it's gonna be, but I'm excited to see it because I can't wait for it to be revealed. Also can't wait for us to get more walkways to navigate around Epcot in the construction areas right now. It'll make it easier being able to walk back behind Spaceship Earth again. Can't wait for that to happen. Every single food item that we had today was amazing. The only exception to that is the lumpia. The lumpia was good. I wouldn't call it amazing. I wouldn't like go out of my way to get the lumpia again. I enjoyed it, but everything else that I had today, phenomenal. Would get it again in a heartbeat, and I would like to eat it again tomorrow if I could. But all in all, it was a fantastic day here at Epcot. Keep an eye out because, of course, Food and Wine is coming up very soon. We'll probably be back after Flower and Garden and in between the time of Flower and Garden and Food and Wine. Hopefully, it will be a little bit lighter of a crowd here because there's no festival happening. We will see. So all in all, a fantastic day. And with that being said, we are off. We'll see y'all tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.